and in this video we're going to be solving this question of Codeforces Round 896 Division 2. Okay, so the question is like fairly simple. Okay, but you kind of need to make like some basic observation. Okay, so the question has also got a tag of constructive algorithm, but the question was based on like a little bit observation and a bitwise operator. Okay, so so there are like a couple of observations you just need to know about, like the XOR operation. So the number first observation is like if you have like the even number of elements. Okay, if you XOR even number of elements, okay, let's suppose you XOR even number of elements which are exactly the same. Okay, so for example, if this is one, this is one, okay, and this is one, and if you XOR these three things, so this is exactly gonna give you like the one answer, because the even time XORing an element gives you the zero, and then you XOR zero with the remaining elements, so it's gonna give you the value one. Okay, so let's first read the question. So the question is basically saying that you have given an integer, and which is basically the size of array, and you're also given an array a. Okay, now what you need to do is like you just need to make this array element 0. Okay, all elements 0, by just doing one operation, and that operation is like you can just take uh, two indices L comma R. Okay, and what you can do is like you can just XOR the all elements inclusively which are on L comma R range, and they're gonna give you a S, and that S you are going to replace with in the original array with the elements till from L to R. Okay, so by doing this operation, okay, you just need to make okay, they're also given like you can at most make 8 times in total this kind of operation. So exactly you don't need to make 8 times of operations. Okay, so what you can do in discussion is like, first of all, you just need to look at this n. If it is like if this thing is like even, then what you can do is like you can just simply take XOR of every element. Okay, each element XOR, so it's gonna give you a single value, and then what you can do is like you can just replace that single value with every element, and then you will XOR, then you will definitely get the 0 as result. And in the case if our n is like odd, then what you can do is like you can just take XOR of element from 1 to n minus 1. Okay, now you're gonna get from this like 0. Now you what you remain is, let me take even my sublime and let me show you. Okay, so after this, okay, let's suppose this is the test case. Okay, so after doing the operation, okay, I'm saying just XOR element from this to this, so you're gonna get, let's suppose you got 1. Okay, so now 1 is going to be replaced at all of the index like 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1. Okay, and this is 8. Okay, so let's suppose 1 is actually the result of XORing all these elements till n minus 1 when our n is odd. Okay, so we get a single element 1, then we are going to replace 1 with all the elements except this 8. Okay, now what we are going to get in the next operation, if we XOR all these ones, definitely we're gonna get like 0. So in next case we're going to get 0 0 0 0 again 1, and this is going to remain as same. Okay, now in next operation, okay, so PC is lagging so fucking bad. So in that next operation, what you can do is like you can just simply take these two elements and sort these two elements. So what you're gonna get after sorting these two elements, let me take you to the test case. Okay, so if you sort these two elements, so you're gonna get an answer of 8, so it's gonna become 8 comma 8. Now you can just see that if you will sort these two elements, you're again gonna get 0. Okay, so at the end your array is simply gonna become 0. I'm typing with one hand because I'm holding mic with one hand. Okay, so at the end you are actually gonna get all the elements 0. So the question is saying that you can make at most 8 operations, okay, in totals, but if if like if your n is like odd, then at max you're gonna make like three operations, and if your n is like even, then you only need like one operation. So yeah, this is kind of like